Was it such a fun event?
I'm down in the first game. I'm wondering, we take the goalie, right? And then, it was the guys are so talented. I mean, it just when they get going, it really shows the skill level on the ice, how fast they play the game, how quick they see the game and think the game. And I thought the goaltenders were excellent when they played. All goaltenders played fantastic. So much talent coming out of them. I thought they did an amazing job.
For all the teams you've coached and players you've coached, I don't think anybody on your team that you had you've coached before. Was that kind of a cool thing for you?
Say it again.
Like for all the teams you've coached, players, I don't think anybody on your team, McDavid, you've coached. Was that kind of cool for you?
Yeah, it was. I mean, just being on with different players completely was. It was good. I thought the mix was good. It mixes it up for the players too. I think it keeps it fresh. As guys typically you don't see that much of. You might be on the same team. You might be on the same line. So.
Did you learn anything as a coach about the players? Maybe not obviously on the ice that you didn't know, but just sort of behind the scenes.
I think you just see the skill level when you're down there. I mean, everybody saw it. You just see the talent on the ice and the 3-on-3 game where their goal is to generate, and the opportunities I think happen more freely. You really see the skill level.
You mentioned the goaltenders out there. What did you think about Igor?
Yeah, I thought Igor was. I thought he was good enough to win.
As Rangers coach, do you get a little nervous when Igor gets into a 4-round shootout in an All-Star competition?
I'm sure it's through everybody's mind a little bit, but these guys always do a good job, I think, of preparing themselves and warming up and being ready to go. Even though it's a different situation and different environment, I think they did a really good job of just being ready.
What was it like spending time with Will Arnett?
Yeah, really good. I mean, really easy guy to talk to. He gave a speech before the first game that was right up there with some of the best. And, real positive guy, hockey fan, and again, you mentioned the players and mixing the divisions and drafting and not being with players that you typically might be with or see a lot. It's great for a guy like him to come in and huge fan of the game, loves the game, and to be a part of that was really good.
Peter, players say that this is a nice mental break from the grind of the season. What's it like for coaches? Is it the same thing, just to be able to get away?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think all the time you're thinking about the season and, what has to go on and what's happening, but at the same sense, there's nothing you can really do. There's your physical team isn't in front of you, and so you have an opportunity to do something else that's, has a different level of stress to it, so it's a fun weekend.
In both games, it felt like McDavid's line was usually out there against Crosby and then against Matthews.
Do you change your approach? Are you harder on the teams that are doing well and less on the teams that are maybe middle of the pack? What's your philosophy on that sort of approach?
I'll tell you this, going down the stretch here, every game is always the toughest of the year, more so than game number 8 or 10 or 12 or 23. As the game season wears on, you get into the last 30 games of the season, there are no easy games. There's playoff teams, there's bubble teams, there's teams just outside of it. There's teams that are fighting to, fix make some rights that maybe have been wrong earlier in the year. And there's no such thing as easy. You got to be ready to play every single game, and when you do that, you can find success. You can't take a breath.
Peter, you talked about absorbing things in the past from your other All-Star experiences. What's something that's maybe unique about this weekend that you'll take with you for the rest of your life?
I always think it's good there's lots of kids and family down underneath. I don't think that's new. It's just a time to enjoy things a little bit with your family. The business side of things is business, and there's always a break in there, and you can open the room up and open things up a little bit. I think that the families and the kids really get to enjoy it. It's a lot of work that goes into it for players. Just a lot of time away from the house, away from their kids, when you get a chance to come in here. So I always kind of appreciate that and what it's like. And then coaching different players too. So you get an opportunity to coach a guy like David or Draisaitl or Connor Hellebuck. I worked with him just a little bit with USA Hockey. You get a chance to coach different players. That's always something you'll always remember.
What do you hope maybe some of your players, Trocheck and Igor, take from this experience, maybe back?
I think probably just what I talked about. They're here with their families. Trocheck's here with his family. He's got an unbelievably beautiful family. And mom and dad are here. His wife's mom and dad are here. So they get an opportunity to spend some time here and just enjoy it, which, again, it's different in the season. So I'm sure they'll relish that.
Thank you,
guys.
Peter.
Thank you.